Welcome to one of the many circle sessions hosted by Wonder Girls. Wonder Girls is a nationwide classrooms movement. We bring relatable female role models into classroom settings through our circle sessions. As you will see, the crux of these sessions is its dialogic nature. We're currently working with classrooms across 7 Indian cities and continuing to grow. Our aim is for every adolescent in India to have access to relatable female role models. I welcome you once again and hope you enjoy learning from our role models' life journey and career path.
So, good evening, everyone. I will tell you a little bit about myself, but before that, I just want to make sure, do you all have any language preference? Is Hindi, English, both okay? Yeah? Okay, cool. So, also, can I please see everybody? Because otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. So, can I please request everyone to switch on your videos so I can also look at your beautiful faces? Y'all are messaging me personally saying that I look pretty. I also want to see your pretty faces. Okay, quickly, come on, everyone. Nikita, Lata, Ikra, Bhavna, Pooja. The ones who can't because of network issues, that's all right. But the others can please switch on their videos. Okay. There. All right, so I'll begin now. So my name is Shivani Joshi. I am basically an actress. I have been a child artist. So I have been working since I was about 6, 7 years old. I have pretty much been a part of every aspect of the industry. So I have worked in commercials, serials, web shows, YouTube sketches, you name it. So having been a part of every aspect of the industry, there have been different struggles, different problems that I have faced, which I can share with you all today. And yeah, I have a degree in psychology, so that's what I have done as my education, because it was very important to still finish my education. So that's what I did as my degree, but I was still very much drawn to acting. So I pursued that as my career despite having a degree in psychology. So that's a little bit about myself. If there's anything else that you all would like to know, we can begin. You all can ask me anything.
You can come off mute and talk to Didi one by one with what all questions you have, or you can raise hands and I can tag you.
Yeah.
And then we can discuss it here.
Come on, guys, feel free to ask me anything. I'm here. I would like to help you guys out with whatever questions you all have. Okay, let's start with something. How old are you all? Monica, how old are you? What grade are you in, Monica? Since I can only see Monica, I'm going to talk to her. When others can switch on their videos, I'll start interacting with you all. For now, I'm going to talk to Monica.
Okay, so I'm Monica and I'm 15 years old and I'm in 10th grade. And telling more about myself, I really like to work on new ideas and new problems. And yeah, recently me and one of my friends are working on LGBT problem. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, Monica. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow, these kids are so young and they're already at it. They're already ready to solve all the issues. Okay, so I've seen there's some questions in the chat box. Let me just start with the first one. Prachi, what can we do if we want to be an actress? That's the first question. Okay. So firstly, I would say your very first step would be, of course, to know whether you would like to act. Is that your passion? Is that when you watch movies, do you feel like, when you look at it, do you feel like, oh, I want to do this better in front of the mirror? It's mostly about firstly knowing whether this is your passion, not just for the recognition. I know there are a lot of quirks that come with this profession, right? Being famous, having a lot of fans, but more than that, is this really something that you're passionate about? Number one. Once you know that, it becomes a lot better and clearer. So number one step to be an actress would be to get some pictures clicked. I'll tell you why you need to do that. Because you need to get in touch with casting directors. To reach out to casting directors, the first thing that they ask you is, what do you look like? Now, they don't mean glamorous pictures. So you don't need to go and spend a lot of money and get professional pictures clicked, but just normal pictures, because they need to see whether you fit in a character or no. So your number one step would be to click some pictures as the real you. Secondly, to reach out to casting directors, which is not very difficult these days. So you can very much just go on any social media. They have their email addresses, laid out. So you just send them your pictures or you get in touch with them, and that's it. It's a slow process initially. They do ask you for a lot of pictures. You send out profiles. You may not hear back for a long time, but you get there eventually. So I would say these are the first 1 or 2 steps that you need to take in that direction if you want to be an actress. One second. The second question is, what situations did you face while you were becoming an actress? Okay, so if you all mean struggles, if that's what you all mean particularly, then the number one struggle that you would face in this field would be rejection, because there is a lot of competition in this field. So when you give out auditions or you send your pictures or your profiles to casting people, maybe 1 out of 10 get back to you. If you give auditions, you may bag 1 out of 100 auditions. Okay, you may bag 10 out of 10 auditions, but there's also the flip side that because of a lot of competition, the main struggle is you need to be very, very patient. There is a lot of rejection. There's a lot of negative feedback. So I would say you need to be very strong-minded. Don't take it to your heart. Don't take it personally. Be open-minded to any kind of feedback that you may get. And most importantly, don't give up. I know, sometimes it's very, very disheartening to not get selected, to keep going on and on and on, and you start doubting yourself, am I good enough? But you have to just keep going, and it does click for you at some point. So these are the main struggle is basically just not giving up because there's a lot of rejection. Next question. What type of problems did you face while doing acting? So this was number one, I would say, the struggle. Another kind of problem that I would say is, when you go on set, I would say maybe just being more than going on set, I think just being grounded, just not getting, when you do get a lot of work, not letting that get to your head, because that's what happens to a lot of people. The moment they get any kind of fame, they lose track. So it's very important to focus on why you are here in the first place. It's not to be famous, but it's because you like doing what you enjoy. Other problems as such, well, because I was a child artist, one of the other problems I faced was balance between school and acting. Because, it's a 12-hour shift when you go for a shoot, and then I had to manage school hours and exams and all of that. So that was one problem that I faced as a child artist particularly. But then my mom would make sure that, we would go for shoots after my school, or we wouldn't take up shoots between my exams. So sometimes we would have to say no to a lot of things because of that reason. But education was like my first priority at that point in time. So I had to also give that enough focus. Next, how did I become an actress? So, so when I was 7, 8 years old, it was actually my mom's dream. She really wanted me to be seen on TV. So she actually went out, she spoke to people, she sent out my pictures, she got in touch with casting directors, which is the normal process now. But she did that for me back in the day because I was too young to be doing that by myself. So she was the one who really pushed me, into doing it. She saw, like, she knew that I had the potential. When I was in front of the camera, I was very comfortable. I was very open. I didn't feel shy. So she was aware of those things, and she gave me a little bit of a push, and that's how I basically started with one little commercial, and then two, and then three, and then one daily serial that I did, and it went on, so on and so forth. What attracted you to begin a career as an actor? So again, because I was a child artist, my mom got me into that. So I would say that was her dream initially, but maybe 2-3 years ago, honestly speaking, it was only 2-3 years ago, is when I realized that I want to pursue it by myself, not because my mom wants me to or because anybody else wants me to. But a few years ago is when I took my decision that I want to do it also, and I want to give it my full shot. So I think because I knew that I was good at it, it's something that I'd started very early. It was something that I already had my foot into. So I kind of knew that I should continue with this field and I should just try harder. And now that I'm more interested in it, now that I'm more aware that this is what I want to do, I know more of my choices, what I can choose, what I can do. And this was after my graduation, though, I must tell you. This was after I finished my degree in psychology, is when I realized that I don't want to continue, or I don't want to do anything in the psychological field. I want to continue with acting. So that's what just drew me to it. What are the struggles that you have to overcome in the journey? Um, Again, I would say, if the question is the same, I would say rejection, number one. Number two, if you want to start it at a young age like you guys are at the age of 15, I would say balancing between school, between acting. Another struggle that sometimes I can think of right now is making the right choice. Sometimes you get a lot of projects wherein you don't know if you should do it, because what will people say if it's a bold concept, or like, for example, since we're all girls, I can tell you all about it. When I was about 13, 14, and I would get auditions for an ad for like a sanitary napkin brand, I would feel very shy about that. And I would often feel like I don't know if I should do this because people at school will tease me, or my friends will say something strange. So there are a few of those things that those choices that come to your mind, whether you should do this, whether you should not do this. So I wouldn't say it's a struggle as such, but it's definitely a tough choice to make sometimes. It may be very good for your career, but you may not be convinced to do it. What will your family members think? What will they say? What will your friends say? So that also keeps going on in your mind. So I think you need to kind of overcome that and be like, what, I want to do this for myself, so it's okay. Who supported you the most from the beginning? I would say my mom, because she wanted me to be in this field. So definitely her. She really, really did a lot to make it happen for me. She would go on every shoot with me, on every set. She would be present with me, even night shoots. So she made a lot of sacrifices. So I would say she supported me the most. Who, from whom were you inspired? Um, I would say more than who. I think watching a lot of movies inspired me. Watching a lot of good movies with good content is what inspired me, because I would often be like, oh wow, it would be amazing if I could be a part of this. Or sometimes I would watch, some scenes in a movie, and I would be like, I think I could do a little better than this. And then I would go and practice in front of the mirror and, kind of test it out and be like, would I be better at this? So I think watching a lot of movies, different genres, different actors, made me feel like I think this is something that I can do. And in fact, when I would watch emotional scenes, I would kind of try to cry by myself without any reason, and see if I could, make that happen, if this was like a natural instinct. So just trying all these different things, watching a lot of movies, different actors, is what inspired me to see if I was meant for this. What is more easy for you, playing a character, being the real you? Wow. Uh, I think playing a character, definitely, for some reason, because I'll tell you why. Because as a person, I'm a very shy person. Like as the real me, I'm kind of an introvert. I'm really, really shy. But when it comes to playing a character, I think I just can just take on anything. I become so confident. As soon as I'm playing a character, I become confident. I'm not shy. I can talk to anyone. So for me personally, I would say playing a character is easier. So maybe that's why I chose acting. What are the skills that you need to be an actress? Um, More than skills, I would say again you need like the qualities of being patient, of being dedicated, because it takes time. It does take a lot of time, sometimes years to get something good, sometimes months to get something good. So being patient. Uh, Other than that, if you talk about skills, I would say you need to be very open in front of the camera. So if you're going to be camera shy, it's obviously never going to work for you. So one most important skill is to being very, very open in front of the camera, and to not to basically not have any inhibitions. So even if you look funny, even if you look silly, you don't look like the best version of yourself, or you're not comfortable saying something that has been given to you, but you're going to step out of your comfort zone and still do it, then that's definitely like one skill that being an actress would require. An actor or an actress, just being really, really open to trying new things and exploring. What has been your greatest accomplishment as an actor? Mm, I think maybe this movie that I had done with this director called Nagesh Kukunur, because he's really, really good at what he does. And yeah, so just being part of that movie. Also, I did another movie called La Fange Parende, wherein I got to act with Deepika Padukone. So I would say that was really fun, and that would be one of my greatest accomplishments. If you're rejected because you look not fair or because of your style, what do you do about that? Okay. Muskan has asked this question. It's a very good question, Muskan. You know what? You cannot do anything about the fact that somebody else doesn't like you or accept you for what you look like. And I think that now there are so many roles, there's so much diversity, that you or anybody would fit into any role. So more than your looks, I feel like what's really important is whether you can act. That's what I personally believe. Because you know what, they can do makeup and make you look fair. They can do makeup, make you look one shade darker. But what you really need to do is fit the character in terms of your dialogue delivery, in terms of your acting. If somebody doesn't like you for your look, if they look at your picture and they don't like you, then I mean, honestly, that's their loss. And I think that you should just love yourself for whatever color you are, for whatever you look like. You've been made like that for a reason. And you will fit into any character role that's made for you regardless. What was my first TV show? My first TV show was this serial called Home Sweet Home, which was for this channel called Z Smile, and I was about 8 years old back then. It was a comedy show, and yeah, it went on for about 3 years. So that was my first TV show. Oh wait, no, actually before that there was another one. It was called Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Dhoom on Star Plus. That was when I was 6 years old. Yeah, so sorry, that was my first TV show. I used to speak ulta in that, so that was my character to say, like, the words would be jumbled up in my sentence. What did you do when you were feeling shy, or what did you do to increase your confidence? Um, so what I do to increase my confidence is talking to the people that I love, who are very, very close to me, who I know for a fact that have good intentions towards me, like my very close friends or my family members who always look out for me. And I always ask for reassurance. And it's not a bad thing to ask somebody for reassurance. So, when I hear from a loved one that I did a good job, or, this was something that they really liked, that automatically increases my confidence, because I feel like, if that's something that my loved ones like, or if they're giving me an honest opinion, then that must be good. That means I must be doing a good job, even if I don't think I am. If there are people like my closed ones who are telling me about it, then I must be doing a good job. And you have to learn. I would say you have to learn to believe the good feedback that you get and ignore the negative feedback. Sometimes take it into consideration if it makes you better at your job, but otherwise, don't take the negative feedback too seriously. Focus on the positive feedback. It means you're doing a good job, it means that people like you. So, yeah. And when I feel shy, I really push myself, to come out of my comfort zone. I try to be more outgoing. I try to talk to more people who may not be a part of my close circle. So talking to people, and just pushing yourself to get out of your comfort zone at some point helps you to overcome that shyness. So I'm not shy in front of the camera, like I said. I'm shy in person when I'm around people. So what I consciously try to do is take an effort and go talk to them, even if they're not talking to me. And then I pat myself on the back that at least I made an effort. At least I went out there and spoke to somebody, you know. So that's something that I do. How is your acting life different from your real life? It's very, very different from my real life, because in my acting field, of course, they make me do a lot of makeup. They doll you up. They make you wear, I would say, designer clothes, expensive clothes. They make you look a certain way. And in my real life, I'm not like that at all. I think I'm a very, very carefree person. Like, I don't dress up a lot. I don't care most of the times what my hair looks like. If I'm just going down to like meet my friends, or sometimes if I go for dinner, if I'm not in the mood, I will not care about what I look like. So that way, I'm very different from my real life. Also, when I'm acting, I automatically become very confident. I'm automatically like this. I would say like this very, very, very outgoing person. And like I mentioned before, in my real life, I'm quite closed. It takes me a while to open up to people. So that way also I'm different. uh did you want to become an actress by starting? I think from the beginning, that's what you mean. So from the beginning, no. I would actually have a lot of fights with my mom, because she would forcefully take me to set, because that's what she wanted me to do. And back then, I didn't understand the importance of the field. I was just a child. I wanted to just play with my friends and, have a social circle in terms of playing and, studying with my friends and all of that. So, no, I didn't want to become an actress from the beginning. It was only after my graduation, when I was considering my options, is when I realized that, this is what is cut out for me. This is what's meant for me. And that's when I started taking it seriously. So, yeah, that's my answer to your question, Rakhi. What was my last TV show? My last TV show was a show for MTV, called Love on the Run. And there was another one for Bindas called Ye Hai Ashiki. Which is your first movie with whom? My first movie was with Nagesh Kukunur. It had Aisha Takia in it. It had Shreyas Talpade. It was called Door, and it was when I was about, I think, 6, 7 years old. So that was my first movie. Uh, what else? In languages that you have made any type of show? Hindi mostly. So a mix of Hindi and English, but mostly Hindi. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite actor or actress? My favorite actor would probably be Ranveer Singh, because he's very, very diverse. He can do a serious role, he can do a goofy role, he can do a scary role. So I think he's very, very diverse. So Ranveer Singh. And actress, I think, would be um, I want to say I want to say Priyanka Chopra because I'm very inspired by where she's reached. But if you look at just acting per se, then maybe somebody like Deepika Padukone. I really like her as well. I don't have any favorites as such, but yeah, I think maybe Ranveer and Deepika only. What type of acting do you feel you are more suited to? So if I had to choose a role that I am most suited to, it would probably be like a bubbly role, like a very like a very bubbly next door girl, because that's something that I think I can pull off very well. Or maybe even a very like one of those girls with a lot of attitude who are like how to explain it, who are like always on social media, creating an Instagram reel for themselves and kind of flipping their hair all the time. So that's also something that I'm good at. So I'm good at showing like a lot of attitude, but I'm also good at smiling a lot and being very bubbly. Any role you wish you had done? Yes. So I wish that. So I'll tell you all what happened. I had met this director called Danny Boyle. Okay, he's this Hollywood director who made Slumdog Millionaire. This was when I was about 11 years old. I was in school, and this was the time when my mom, again, was the one who wanted me to act, not me so much. So we had met him, and I had auditioned for it twice, and they like I was selected for it, but I didn't do it again because it had a particular scene which they didn't end up showing in the main movie, but there was a scene that could have been a little controversial. And since I was only 10, 11 years old, and I was very afraid of what my friends would think, and I was very like, oh my god, am I going to lose my friends, what are people going to say? And I was just totally in that zone. And so I forced my mom to say no to them. I said I refuse to do it, I'm not going to do it. And now that I look back at it, I really obviously I'm like, I wish I had done that role. I think it would have been a really, really good experience, even though it was a short one, but I think it would have been a really great experience. And it went to Oscars and all the actors went there, and I was like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. What experience do you
I'd
have?
also like to ask a question here, just in continuation with what you said. Do you really think these roles are going to affect your real life? Because so as a child, obviously we have these thoughts that
Right.
what people are going to think, but as you are now a grown up, you are an adult, do you think the role choice is going to affect your relationship with people?
Now, no, I don't think so. I think it's very important to, if you want to do a role for yourself, I think you must do it. When it comes to relationships, I think people who you are in a relationship with, whether it's your mom, whether it's your siblings, or people like your friends, whoever they are, I think they come around eventually. They will understand. They may not like it initially, but they will understand. And people are judging anyway, so you might as well just do what you have to do. Even if it's a decent role, people are going to judge you. If it's not, people are going to judge you. So just go ahead and do what you want to do. uh what is your trick to learn dialogues? So my trick is, so I'm actually very, very good at memorizing anyway, because back in school and college, I used to do a lot of what do you call that? I used to do a lot of what's the word for it? Just Gulnar, what's the word for it?
You mean cramming up things?
No. I would just by heart. I'm so sorry. That's the word. I
Oh,
would just
all
by
right. So
heart.
your learning part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would just by heart my answers also back in school and college. So I'm very, very good at memorizing lines and dialogues. But I'll tell you all a trick. If you can't naturally learn things, it's always good to write it down many, many, many times. Because what happens, it gets into your muscle memory. So when you're writing down these dialogues, it's automatically going on in your head. And so at some point, even when you stop writing, it will be registered in your head. So you will eventually, be able to learn it if you can just write it down a couple of times. How do you handle stress and pressure? Um, so what I do is, again, I talk to people who are very close to me. I think it's very important to be very verbal about the things that bother you, whether it's rejection, whether it's criticism, whatever it is. It's very important to verbalize it and tell somebody that this is how I feel. Because what happens is sometimes you may be stressed out about a very small thing. Maybe in your head it's absolutely microscoped, but someone else might be able to make it better for you by just telling you, listen, it's not a big deal. It's okay if you don't get this one role, it's all right. So for me, my biggest support system is just by talking to my friends or talking to my mom, and kind of rationalizing that it's not even something that I need to stress over. And I also do a lot of deep breathing. I know it sounds very cliched. I don't meditate so much, but I do a lot of deep breathing when I wake up in the morning. So that's something that I like to start my day with, just to handle, any kind of stressful thoughts. If I want to become an actress, what should I do? Shehnaz. Okay. So Shehnaz, I think you've joined in late, but like I said earlier, the first thing that you'll have to do is you will have to, step number one would be to take pictures of yourself. Like I said, not expensive portfolios. I wouldn't recommend that in the first go. It's an investment, and it doesn't make sense until you are very, very sure of it. So rather get some decent pictures clicked, even using a mobile phone. I mean, these days, people always ask you for the real you. What do you look like in your real life without makeup or without doing a glamorous hairdo? So getting pictures clicked. Secondly, you need to do your research. So you need to go on Google, you need to go on social media, you need to check out who are the main casting directors, who are casting for the big projects, small projects, TV commercials. So you need to do your research very well and find out the names of these people. Once you find out the names of these people, it's very easy to get their email address because it's automatically on their Instagram page, or one or two of these other pages. So would be the second step would be to emailing them your pictures, and along with a little bit of your details, like how old are you, what's your height, and things like that. So once you start doing that, eventually you get a call. If you look like a part that they have a requirement for, they get back to you, and that's how you get your first audition. So when you get in touch with one person, you audition for them, they might forward your number to a second person who will get in touch with you for an audition, and then a third person, and so on and so forth. I hope that answered your question, Shehnaz. Do you like K-pop song? I don't know what K-pop is. Sorry, is that the Japanese band that you all are talking about? I'm not very sure what K-pop is. One second, one second. Auditions are the good way to start a career in acting. Auditions are the only way to start your career in acting. There are no other choices. You have to audition, and uh, you will have to give tons and tons and tons of auditions, and you may get selected in a few to begin with, and that boosts your confidence. Then okay, you know what, I'm cut out for this, and you keep going. You keep getting more and more auditions, and also auditions are a very good way to better your own acting, because you get feedback from casting directors. You watch your own tapes, like self-test. You watch it and you see where you've gone wrong. So auditions are a very important part of the process. You have to give them to know what it's like. Any project that completely changed you or your life? Um, Not really, because I I can very well compartmentalize things in my life. So I know at the end of the day that when I'm coming back from a set or from a shoot, I know that this was it. It was just a shoot, and I have to keep that separate from my personal life. So that's something that I've always been good at. So I've never really let any project completely change me or affect my life to such an extent. I've always known that this is just my profession and I have to keep it separate from my real life. How do you give your interview and auditions? So you don't give an interview and auditions. What you do is you get a script from a casting person, um, and you have to act out the part that they want you to act out. So now either you do it on the spot. Now because of the lockdown, everything is given to you beforehand and you can do it at home and do a self test, which is a lot easier because you can really prepare for it. You can take your own time, you can do 10 takes and then send out the best one. But if you're going for a physical audition, then you have to be on your toes because they don't give you a lot of time. They might give you 5 minutes and say, okay, come on, like it's your turn, because there are a lot of people waiting in line. So you really have to bring on your best game when it comes to physical auditions. You really have to be very focused and not let any other outside thoughts or thoughts of your, what did my friend say this morning? You have to really, cut all that out and focus on where you are. Okay, K-pop is Korean pop. Okay. I don't really listen to that. What should we do if our parents don't support us for what we want to be? Okay. Priyanka, I think the first thing that you need to do, if like let's say that your parents, let's take an example of acting. Let's say that your parents don't want you to act. I think that your first step would be to complete your education. Okay, you need to have a degree first of all. uh, Second of all, you need to have a backup in mind. So let's say that your parents are not okay with you acting, but that's of course your dream and that's what you want to pursue, right? It's okay to tell them that, look, this is what I want to do. It's okay to go somewhere, like let's say you want to come to Bombay if you're not here and to pursue it, but you also need to have a backup plan. Like if it doesn't work out for you, what next, right? You need to talk to your parents like they are your friends. You need to tell them that this is what I want to do. But despite that, if they're really against it, wait till you become an adult. Wait till your education is completed. If you want to leave and come to another city and pursue this, that's also all right. But always have a backup plan that if this doesn't work out, what else am I going to do? If my parents don't pay for my rent, if I've come somewhere else, what else am I going to do to earn this by myself? So that's something that you need to always think of. And I still believe that, when it comes to our parents or our relatives, they always come around eventually. So the first way is, of course, to sit them down and have a heart to heart conversation with them, but be rational about it. So if they also ask you, okay, if you go to Bombay and in 1 year this doesn't happen, then what's next for you? So you need to think about these things. You can't just say I want to be an actor or whatever XYZ. You pack up your bags and you leave. That's not going to work. So you need to have a plan in mind. Were you good in studies? I was very good in studies. I was a nerd. I used to sit in my room all day long with my books before my exams. So I've been very good at studies and I've always liked studying and reading. Did you have any fear when you were doing your auditions? Not really. Uh, I'm not camera shy that way. I don't think I've ever been, even as a child. So that was an advantage for me. But if you are, that's also okay. What you can do is start practicing at home first. So it's very important now that we have these mobile phones. It's so available to us. You need to start recording yourself and seeing, what do I look like in front of the camera? Do I look conscious when I am saying a dialogue? Do I look like to the audience that I'm not comfortable saying this? So if you do feel like you're a little camera shy, start from home. Practice in front of the mirror. Start recording yourself. Show these tapes to your friends, to your mom and dad. Ask them, do I look awkward to you? Then you start building on that. Did you have any fear? Okay, that's done. What was your dream project? Uh, my dream project was this web series that I had auditioned for with Madhuri Dixit, and I was supposed to play her daughter in that, which I didn't get for whatever reason. So that was definitely my dream project. Can you act any dialogue for us? Oh my God, what dialogue do I act? uh, Let me think. I'll come back to you on that. Give me a minute. I'm going to answer some other questions and I'll come back. Do the casting directors also see if you fit in this role by your personality? Yes, they do. They do see if you fit in a role based on your personality. But again, see, your personality can be very different from when you walk into a room. But if you're in front of a camera, the camera starts, you can completely change your personality as per the character that you're playing. So if you can switch that, well, it doesn't matter whether your personality is like the characters or no. But yes, sometimes they do. If they know you personally, if they know you personally, then your personality, what you are in person, kind of can be an advantage because they know this is what you are in real life also. Like for example, if you're a bubbly girl anyway, and they know that, so then it'll be easier for them to kind of place you into that role directly. From where have you learned acting? I haven't learned acting from any institute or anything like that. Only by observing, watching a lot of movies, by giving a lot of auditions. Because, like I said, you get a lot of feedback from there. So you start working on yourself from that feedback. And I have done just a small. It's not really a course. It was just something as I did in school. It's this certificate from it's a certificate from the Trinity College of London. It's called speech and drama. So I've just done a few levels in speech and drama, which is a good way to start if you want to do it because it kind of helps you to come out of your shell. So if you all want, you all can look that up. It's yeah, it's just called Trinity College of London speech and drama course. Any major pros and cons of the industry? Oh, Gulnar, you've asked me that. Yes, there are. Pros, I would say, financially, it's very good financially. If you are doing that's if you're getting enough projects. If you're getting enough projects, then yes, you do get paid a lot of money, so it's good for you financially. Another pro would be you can choose the content or maybe do the content that you want to do that will influence other people. So good stuff, that can influence other people. If you're a personality, people know you, people look up to you, you can use that to make them aware of a lot of things. Cons would be definitely the uncertainty. So there is no certainty in this field. So sometimes you may get 10 projects in a month, sometimes you may not get a single project for 6 months at a go. So there is no certainty. So you have to either be very, very mentally strong to be able to deal with this kind of fluctuation, or you have a second job, maybe like a part-time job that keeps you busy. Otherwise, sometimes what happens is people, they get into their own head, and that leads to feelings of depression because, of course, if you're not getting work, or you think that I'm not getting work because I'm not good enough, or I don't look good enough, or I don't speak well enough, it's a dangerous cycle. So I would say that's one of the very big cons of the industry, the uncertainty, which can affect your mental health. I haven't done a lot of theater, to be honest. I have done more of TV based work, like TVs or movies or web shows. I haven't done a lot of theater acting. But a few things that I have done in theater, I think I still prefer the normal, like the TV acting, because that's more natural. That's, you act more like what you would act like in person. Whereas with theater, it's very over the top. You have to exaggerate your expressions. You have to exaggerate your voice because it's a live audience. There are people sitting 10 rows away from you also. So you need to be able for them to see you, for them to hear you. So everything is very, very over the top, and you wouldn't actually speak like that or behave like that in real life. So what happens is sometimes when you're doing theater, it's difficult to switch off that over the top mode and come back to a natural mode. When it comes to movies or ads or serials, you have to do very subtle acting. So you can't be very over the top. So I prefer that, just the subtle bit. What can you tell us your first role of any movie? So like I said, Door. Then I did Lafange Parinde. I did Mai. Mai was a movie that has Asha Bhosle and Ram Kapoor in it. Uh, I don't know if I will find it on any of these OTT platforms, but yes, that is. There are some of the roles that I've played. Are you working now at any type of show? Okay, so I am going to start working on a web series and also a short film. So that's something that I will start soon. And let me tell you one more thing. So I since I was talking about doing something else that keeps you busy as when it comes to your part time, so that the uncertainty doesn't affect you a lot. Just so you all get an idea, since I like acting so much and since I've been doing it ever since I was a child, what I also do in my free time now, especially during the lockdown when there wasn't any acting going on, like everything was shut, right, because of the COVID situation. So what I started doing was I started teaching young children drama, speech and drama. So that kept me busy, that kept me connected to my roots. That's something that I enjoyed, and I felt like I could pass on what I am good at to everybody else. So now I still do it in my free time. So whenever I have some free time, I teach at schools, right from the age of 4 5 to the age of 12 13. So like I said, so this keeps me occupied. This keeps me something that I can look forward to if a project is not working out, if I'm not getting a lot of work when it comes to my acting field. I will not completely rely on it because I also have this to rely on. So that's what I meant when you'll want to talk to your parents. And if they're not convinced by this one profession that you want to do, have something in mind that could be similarly related that you like doing, but also has some kind of certainty involved that will take care of you financially. Right? So I think that, yeah, you can do anything else part time that will keep you going mentally, financially, uh, and in all other aspects possible. So yeah, we have 10 more minutes to go.
Neha is raising her hand. I think she wants to come off mute and ask something. Neha?
Yes, Didi. I have question that it is a compulsory to wear a short dresses जो वो बोलते हैं वही हम dresses पहनते हैं actress में.
um no, that's not very necessary. See, there are times when you feel uncomfortable wearing an outfit and you can say no to it, but there are also certain roles that require it, not because they want you, to wear short clothes and for you to look bad or something like that, but there are certain roles, like for example, I don't know if you all have watched Cocktail, the Deepika movie Cocktail. So it required her character, because she was so outgoing, she was a party animal, so her character required her to wear those kind of clothes. So sometimes, yes, a character requires you, but there are also times when, say, for example, you're just playing a college going girl, if that's your role. But if they're asking you to necessarily wear a short dress, you can say no then. And they will respect it. You can say, I'm not comfortable in this, and that's okay. They will respect it. So it depends a lot on the role that you will be doing. But you don't have to not do this. You like I wouldn't say that you do, like don't think of, like, for example, if your parents wouldn't be okay with you with wearing short clothes, you can still pursue this career despite that. So it's not a necessity that you have to wear certain clothes to be a part of it. No.
Okay, Didi, thank you.
You're welcome. Uh, there are 9 feelings to express in acting. Is that 9 or is that a typo? Uh, Radhika, was that, are you asking if there are 9 feelings to express? because there are many feelings to express.
I think it is a typing
A
mistake.
typo, no? Yeah, because there are like so many feelings to express. So I think even in a single dialogue, you can say it in so many different ways. In one scene, you can express so many different things. So yes, there are many different expressions that come into acting. In your whole career, did you ever feel shy in front of the camera? Um, I don't think so. Maybe initially, when I was a child, it's not so much in front of the camera, but what happens is on a set, there are a lot of people on set. You know, like there are a lot of different teams that come together to make any kind of a project, right? So there will be a lot of people on set, like your producers, your directors, your ads, your spot boy, costume designers, so many other people. So what happens is sometimes in more than the camera, you feel shy to do it in front of so many other people who are watching you live. But that's something that I overcame with time. So maybe initially, yeah, when you just start out, it's okay to feel like that, but you overcome that eventually. Uh, Even I do acting in theater, Kumkum. I would like to know some projects. Where should I contact you? Kumkum, maybe Gulnar ma'am can get you in touch with me if you have any other questions or projects that you would like to know about. As per some projects that are happening right now, that's a very subjective thing. So what you can do is you can go on some of these casting directors' Instagram pages, and you can see that they in fact they even put out the requirements that they want. So for example, let's say that they want a 15-year-old girl, so they will put it out on their page. They will say we're looking for a 15-year-old girl for this project, and they will give you the contact details as well, where you can forward your pictures or your work links if you have any. So that's how you can start with that. About contacting me, you can get in touch with Miss Gulnar, and she'll do the needful. In any type of acting, beauty matters or acting? No, acting and only acting matters. I don't think beauty matters at all. Because again, then you can be a model. Modeling is a different aspect altogether from acting. When it comes to modeling, it matters more about what you look like in terms of your beauty. But in acting, no. You can just, if you're a great actress, it will not matter if people think you're beautiful. If casting directors don't agree with what you look like, it will not matter. If you fit in the role, you will fit in it regardless. And anything else?
I think we are still looking forward for you to enact a small piece for us.
Okay. What can I act out? Mm, maybe Pooh from K3G. What was the dialogue? What is the line? If anyone can remind me. कौन है वो जिसने मुझे दोबारा मुड़ के देखा नहीं? Something like that, ना? कौन है वो जिसने मुझे दोबारा मुड़ के देखा नहीं? Okay, so I will try that. It's been a while since I've watched that movie, but let me try it. कौन है वो जिसने दोबारा मुड़ के मुझे देखा नहीं? Okay. Yes, Pari, you can watch this series called Band. It's on the Viu app, VIU. It's an OTT platform. So you can watch the series called Band. Okay, BANNED. The Viu app is for free, so you wouldn't have to pay to watch this. You can also watch this episode of mine on Voot. It's called Love on the Run. I think it was episode 8 or 9, which I did with Priyank Sharma. So you can also watch that. Y'all can also watch some stuff on YouTube if you all want to watch shows. I'm sure there will be some episodes of Vicky or Vetal. That was a Disney show that I had done. You all can watch Ye Hai Aashiki. I can forward you all my links. If you all would really like to watch something, I have some links that I can forward to Miss Gulnar. Yes, Lata, I can share my links with you all, my serial links as well as my commercial links. You all can watch that. And for my movie, you all can watch. I don't know what platform it will be available on, but it's called Mai, MAI, wherein I played Asha Bhosle's granddaughter. So there was Ram Kapoor. I played his daughter. So you all can watch that. And my YouTube links I will forward. So don't worry. Yes. Yes, okay. Shehnaz has watched my Ye Hai Aashiki on Bindas. Do you take workshops online? So yes, I do take workshops online. What I currently am doing is more with children. But if you all want to get in touch with me, I would be happy to do an online workshop with you all. We can play a lot of theater games. We can do practice a few dialogues and all of that. Yeah, we can definitely do that. So if that's something that you all are really, really keen on, if you all are a group of girls, get together and decide this, and then we can do something for fun, like a workshop. Thank you, Rakhi.
I think that would be great. And yes, Shivani, please do share the links.
I would.
Even I'm keen on seeing you on the reel now. How you're going to do there.
Definitely.
And I was also just remembering, as a college student, I used to watch Ye Hai Aashiki, but now I'm going to watch it consciously because I know you are going to be there in it. And yes, I think Shehnaz has something to say.
Yes, Shehnaz. Is it on the chat or she raised? Oh, she has raised her hand.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm speaking. Okay. So I just want to ask that are you having any Instagram account?
I do, Shehnaz. It's Shivani
Okay,
Joshi
okay.
27.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any
Thank
other quick
you so
questions?
much, Shivani. I think you have entertained all the questions with so much of honesty, and um, we could. There was no such feeling that we are talking to a celebrity. It felt like we
I'm
are
not
talking to one of
one.
our
Let's.
friends. I'm sure the kids are also feeling likewise, and
I'm so glad.
it was great having you here.
Likewise, I'm so happy that I could be a part of this. And again, I really, really wouldn't mind doing a workshop or any such thing. If you all really want to, we can do a workshop, we can get together and have a lot of fun. And I can give you all some tips and we can, you all can bring out the actresses in all of you since you all seem so interested in it. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I also had a blast. Uh, I think there are a bunch of really intelligent young girls who are so keen. They're so inquisitive. I'm so glad that at such a young age, y'all care so much about your career, your future. It's really good to see that. I don't remember if when I was 15, if I really gave it that much thought. So I'm really happy to see that y'all are really, really focused already. And your questions were amazing. You all care about your relationships with people, how your future, how your choice of career will affect that. So I think you all are very mindful girls. You all are very intelligent. You all are very smart, curious. So keep that going, and I'm sure all of you will do very, very well in life. And I would have loved to see some of your faces. I've asked you all so many times.
Let's switch our videos for at least 10 seconds.
Come on, quickly. I just want to see you all and I want to say hi before we leave. I've only seen, who did I see? Monica, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see Neha. Hi, Neha. Is that Shehnaz? Hi, Shehnaz. Hi, Ria. Hi, Vanshika. Why didn't you switch on your videos? All of you look so pretty. Now you're setting your hair in front of the camera in the last 1 minute. I would have loved to interact with you all like this, like seeing you all. It would have been such a just a better experience for me as well. Are you going to keep your cameras on if we do a workshop or no? Yes or no?
It's a tricky question. Why don't you fly to Delhi?
Because
and
then we
take
can't
a
do it if I
workshop?
can't see your expressions.
What Di, can you repeat it? Shivani Di?
I asked, are you going to keep your videos on when I do your workshops or no? Because then I can't see your
Yes,
expressions.
of course.
Okay, very good, Shahnaz. I like that. Yes, Miss Gulnar.
Now they are going to say yes. Why don't you fly down to Delhi and take a workshop with us?
Oh, are you guys all from Delhi? Is it?
Yeah. So the
Yes,
school
Di.
is in Delhi, and
Okay.
I'm not there right now, but I'll be
Yes,
flying
Di.
there very soon because the
Right,
schools
right.
have reopened.
Oh, is it? Schools have reopened?
Yeah, for senior grades they have. 9th
Okay.
to
Yes,
12th
Di.
standard students are going to school now.
Wonderful. I would love to fly down to Delhi and meet all of you in person. If I
then
am
let's
coming
plan
next time,
that.
we'll plan that out for sure. Thank you. Thank you for all your lovely compliments. You all have said such great things on the chat
Di,
box.
Shivani Di,
Yes? Yes, yes.
would you like to meet us?
Of course. Of course,
Would
I
you
would
like
love
to
to.
meet? Oh.
I would love to meet all of you. I would absolutely love it. So if we can make this happen, so if you all of you are in Delhi, I would love to plan to come there sometime and see all of you in person. If that's not possible, we can always do an online session just like this. Even online
Definitely.
workshops, yeah, you work out. So, but I would love to meet all of you in person. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Gulnar Di and to Shivani Di to come and have a beautiful session with us.
Of course, it's my pleasure. We had a great time with all of you. So, best of luck for your future. Best of luck for whatever you decide to do. And just don't let anyone ever take you down. Anybody's bad comments, negative comments. Don't let that make you feel bad. Don't judge anybody and don't be judged by anybody. Don't care if others judge you either. And don't judge anyone else also. Okay, be as kind as you can. Be as giving and generous as you can.
Yes, Di.
That's a
Okay.
beautiful note to end on, and hope to see you on screen more and more, Shivani. All the very best for
Thank you
your
so much.
future as well. Thank you for
Thank
the
you so
space and
much.
time.
I'll see you all soon. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, Di.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.